Today we're taking a look at just some of the people inside the music and entertainment industry, and we'll be showing you just how they are inside tourism.
Automatic.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We found out that almost everyone in this country is a part of the rhythm of this nation, not only the recording artists. From the fella beating the bottle to people gathered at religious ceremonies, we all contribute to the beat that makes this country one of the most rhythmic places in the world. We all know that recording artists make music, produce records, and do performances both at home and abroad. This music gives many a tourist their first and lasting impression of TNT. But we're here to see the people inside tourism, the ones behind the music scene. In the music industry, there are producers and performers, each doing his or her part to bring tourists to our shores. Calliston Panto is a producer with Engine Room, and today we're talking with him about his role inside tourism.
When I produce music that, that moves the tourists, they tend to come back for more, so although it's the artist up front that gets the acclaim and everything, it all starts in the studio. So, we do all the groundwork and produce the music and everything. The artists go out there, perform the songs and everything. The tourists hear it, they love it, they jump up, they carry on and make the whole carnival thing happen. So it's like, it's almost like saying the whole carnival vibes start from inside the studio, which ultimately affects the tourists.
Now in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a range of music that is unique to us. And this is mainly because of the number of world powers that have colonized these two islands over the centuries. But the big influences didn't come from these world powers themselves, but from the cultures that they brought here through indentureship and slavery. Now, isn't it ironic and perhaps even a little poetic that what started off as toil and suffering resulted in such magnificence and beauty? The things that brought people here by force and for necessity resulted in what brings people here by choice and for leisure. So, let's explore the roots of the music that make TNT the center of sound that it is. Now, you may be wondering, how are we going to do all of this in the limited time that we have left? Well, we could fast forward and I could speak very, very, very fast, but I think we have a plan that's infinitely simpler. We can go to one place where you can get it all. The one place that represents all, if not most, of the ethno-rhythmic cultures of TNT. The Kaiso fusion with Mangal Patesa.
The instrument in our band is a conglomerate of strange instruments together with conventional instruments. The major instrument we have, that's the base of all the music is the keyboard, with particularly a jazz keyboard player. Then we have another one which I haven't seen in Trinidad, the wind controller and the saxophone. This wind controller is more or less an electronic saxophone, and it has a very unique sound. It's a synthesizer actually, which gives us that unique violins and various tones that you hear coming out of the band. Then we have a kit drum or jazz drums, which plays together with the tabla, which is a typical Indian instrument. On average, we traveled about, say, 6-7 times for the year. In 1997, we had 9 to 10 trips outside. And I think the response was really tremendous. It was very encouraging. In fact, every single place that we had performed, people were enthused with the new music, and in fact it was called a new genre in music that emanated from Trinidad and Tobago. But we have found that wherever we perform the music of Pantara, that people appreciate it very much, and I think I attribute that to the fact that we have a very unique instrument and a unique combination of instrument and a peculiar style of improvisation and all that, differences from every artist brings with them their own experience. But if I may quote statistics, I think in Canada, Dreadlocks came 6th on the chart, on radio charts, and that for me is really very, very good because we had so much exposure as we would like to have in places like Canada and States, but we have good appreciation.
Yeah, I'm speaking here to Mr. John Arnold, one of the men behind some of the most powerful voices in Tobago. John Arnold is actually the musical director of the Signal Hill Alumni Choir. Am I right?
That's right.
Okay, so John, tell me a little bit about Signal Hill, you know, the choir, its formative years. I know the choir also operates now as a recording artist. You all have put out quite a few recordings, and you all have also had phenomenal success, I know, in things like music festival and other awards. Tell us a little bit about Signal Hill.
Well, we started in 1984, basically as a past student group after winning at the music festival in 82 and 84. And since then to now, well, I think we have developed and evolved now into what I tend to call a kind of folk operatic performing group.
Do you see yourself as part of the tourism and contributing to the tourism industry in Trinidad
certainly,
and Tobago?
Certainly. Apart from the recordings, we also perform in all the hotels.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this Christmas, we will be in practically all the hotels. We have what is called a hotel night. We go to all the hotels. But we have regular contracts with certain hotels where we perform once a week. And again, we sell CDs on these particular performances. And also when we travel, we also sell CDs. As I told you, you know, one of the things about what we look at it is we look at the fact of saying to the world, listen, we are doing something here which is unique. We consider Signal Hill unique in what they do, the way they present it and so on. And we think it is something that, if well marketed, the world can look at it, and we've had very good reviews and very rave success outside.
Yeah, well, I applaud Signal Hill and certainly Mr. Arnold. It has been certainly a unique experience talking to you about the unique Signal Hill alumni choir in this unique heat. And then this black top, I don't know what wardrobe is doing to me, but anyway, back to Trinidad, music and entertainment inside tourism.
Well, that takes care of the music part of things, but what about the other forms of entertainment like comedy and theatre?
Has the fact that my family have been involved in the music industry affected me as a performer? I would say the soca singing side, not necessarily the comedic side of me. I've always been a comedian. Since I was about 4 years old, I started comedy. And they have influenced me in the sense that, yes, they've had a finger in every aspect of carnival, and I have just followed through in terms of the whole crossing, etc. So I'd say yes, a little, but not too much. When we go outside, we're definitely ambassadors, and we as artists take that role very seriously. Most of the artists that I work with outside, as soon as we meet a foreigner and they start to ask us about TNT, it just comes really natural. And to be a full-blooded Trini, it's only natural for you to promote your little Carib outside, your little roti, your little newspapers, your little the comedian side of it, the how to dance, teach them to wine, the music, the pan, the soca music, and it's so important. And we see ourselves as ambassadors when we go out there. We're always on our best behavior. We're always promoting TNT. We're always answering a million questions, and it's up to the artists. And due to experience, I know this now. Every time I travel, I always make sure I have pan music with me, pan CDs, soca CDs, because that's also very important. I'm embarrassed, and it's happened a few times when people ask me, so you have any soca music we could hear? And I don't have a piece because of the fact that I threw stuff in a suitcase and just left. But now I'm always conscious of having our music on us, pan and soca music. So it's definitely, we representing TNT when we're out there performing, definitely representing, and we are ambassadors. And I wish we could get a little salary for it. No, okay.
I think that dance on the whole is a very, very important part of Trinidad. Because Trinidadians, we walk with a rhythm to begin with. So you can't have a tourist industry without having dance as part of it. A lot of people feel that the folk aspect is the one that should really be used as part of the tourist industry. I tend not to feel that way. I feel that Our culture is as much folk as it is English, as it is whatever else, you know. I mean, we are many people, a country full of different types of people. So that dance can play a very important part if you're utilizing all forms of dance. And we are very, very strong in all forms of dance in this country. In fact, I mean, we have quite a reputation in the world outside in dance. And it's not really in folk dance. It is in modern contemporary dance. It would be a good thing to really have something more than just the normal folk idiom that we utilize here in this country. Is that we have been recently working with a group from Zimbabwe, Black Umfalusi, and also with Reggie Wilson, Heel and Fist Company. And we have done a collaborative work, and we've utilized in it the Shango beat and Zimbabwe rhythms and the stomping movement of the Americans, as well as a lot of very, very interesting African songs and rhythms and whatnot. And it shows culture, you know, because as the world gets smaller, we have to think of doing things together and whatnot. And I think it's very important that we utilize everything that we have to give, you know, as opposed to keeping it in little brackets saying, well, we'll do just the folk ballet and piqué and whatnot in our culture. We have to really try and expand a little further than that.
Now we can see that our entertainment and religions and culture all work together like one big orchestra to produce our unique harmony. Besides the musician, there are the entertainers, and that covers a whole other range of colorful activities and individuals. Actors, dancers, comedians, calypsonians and choirs are just some of the people that entertain both us and visitors to our shores.